Test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check, check. This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, as we welcome you inside the Preston Gym as the time for the third place game here this afternoon in the Preston Lady Indians tournament. As we welcome you in as the Preston Indians today will take on the Soda Springs Cardinals. It is a team that they have seen each other before already this year once, as they played very early in the year in a game here at the Preston Gym, in a game that Preston would end up winning that night by a score of 47-30, 47-27, 49-27, I think is the final score, was what it ended up, as Preston would win that game. But Soda Springs has improved a lot. They've made strides. They've improved since that time. They played a pretty good game last night, although they lost, and they end up in the consolation side of it, and they'll play for the third base place plaque here this afternoon against Preston. For Preston, having lost last night, as they lost a very close game to Snake River last night, 53-52. They passed up a three-pointer at the buzzer that could have potentially tied the game. Michaela Robertson stepped in and took a two-point shot that she made to get the Preston Indians back to within a point. She thought she was fouled, but the referee didn't call it, and Preston ended up falling up a point short last night, losing to Snake River 53-52. For Soda Springs, they played a very tough North Summit team last night and lost by 36 points, 66-30. So Preston and Soda Springs meeting here this afternoon in the third place game. Coming up after this game, you'll see the video feed on mylocalradio.com for the championship game in the tournament. That'll be should be a good one. North Summit against Snake River. That comes up later on this afternoon. Should get started around 4 o'clock. So we're counting our way down to tip-off here in the third place game. The Preston Indians going up against the Soda Springs Cardinals here this afternoon. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, have a little more here on the pregame show right after this. KACA. Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business? Well, ChemDry of Northern Utah can help. Their new Micro Pro Shield service disinfects, then adds antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. They use patented technology to create a layer of spikes on surfaces that mechanically kills microbes on contact for up to 3 months. Their hospital-grade disinfectant is EPA approved for use against SARS-CoV-2, the very cause of COVID-19. It's simply ideal for residential and commercial settings. If you'd like more information about their new Micro Pro Shield service and you're in Cache or Box Elder County, make sure you call today, 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
Sushi, a word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
Tonight's pregame visit with the coach is brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Services Incorporated, the local independent insurance agency offering you many different options for all of your insurance needs. Call for your competitive quote today at 208-852-20. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
KACH.
Well, we'll forego our visit with Coach Ryan Harris today. Running a tournament like this as the head coach of the home team, there's a lot of other things that fall into his responsibility, and we just ran out of time before he took it to the air this afternoon to get ready to talk to Coach Harris. So we'll forego that and give him a pass, and we'll catch up with him another day. For the Preston Lady Indians, this the game here today, actually the 9th game of the year, and wraps up what became a very long homestand for the Lady Indians to start the season. They are 6-2 through the first 8 games of the year, and today being the 9th, as they'll finally head off on the road. Next week, they will be at the Beet Digger Tournament down in Jordan, Utah area, as they will take on teams down there, as they will face, they already know who they face. The schedule is American Fork next Thursday. They'll play Jordan High School on the Friday evening, and then Saturday a game against Pleasant Grove. The 3 games they are scheduled to play down at the Beet Digger Classic down to the Jordan area coming up next week. The first 3 games on the road for the Lady Indians coming up here this season, and then come home. In fact, they actually end up playing 3, 6, 7 straight games away from home. They will not play another home game now until January the 12th and 14th. After this game tonight, and the 2 games coming up the middle of January will both be conference games against Century and Pocatello in a 3-game period of time. So that's what's on tap for the Lady Indians as they get ready to head off on the road. We'll take another quick timeout. Be back with more right after this.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America's at war with Japan. The average home cost $5,000. And the days worth of hard labor were only $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For farm, auto, home health, and life from Mutual of Peeminglaw, nobody cares like we do. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State, Suite A in Preston.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, When you add a team driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got team drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Team Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back. Here we'll take I'll tell you what. Let's leave it here. We'll stay here as both teams are getting ready to clear the floor, and we'll get ready to play some basketball here this afternoon. The Preston Indians going up against the Soda Springs Cardinals. We mentioned these two teams had met each other once before this year. That was back as Preston would end up winning that game 49-27. The Cardinals and Indians have actually met a total now of 12 times going back to the 2005 season. And that win that Preston had against Soda Springs earlier this year will actually snap a 7-game losing streak to the Cardinals. In fact, Soda Springs has beaten Preston 10 out of the last 12 times in which they have met. So we're actually going to have the national anthem here before we get started. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, and we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tap of tonight's game coming up right after this.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. KACH.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
Welcome back. They're introducing the starting lineups onto the floor here this afternoon. As the starting lineup for the Soda Springs Cardinals, we'll get to those names here coming up in just a second, but right now it's time to meet the starting lineup for the Preston Indians here in the game this evening, as it should be their normal starting five. As I look down toward the bench, and it will be, as here is the starting lineup for the Preston Indians here tonight.
Number 10, a junior, Riley Ward. Number 11, a senior, Kylie Larson. Number 20, a junior, Michaela Robinson. And number 30, a junior, Haley Meek. Head coach is Brian Harris.
There's your starting lineup for the Preston Indians. The usual five: Marlowe, Ward, Larson, Robertson, and Meek. Starters tonight for the Soda Springs Cardinals would be Jeanette Garbett, a freshman; Zappia Sampson, a sophomore; Niley Palayo will start tonight, as will Tyler Thompson, and Gina Gaines will start tonight as well. Gaines, a senior. So ready to play some basketball here this afternoon. As here it's the Preston Indians and the Soda Springs Cardinals, as Soda Springs will control the tap back into the backcourt. Plyo up into the front court. We'll give it off over in front of the Preston bench as it comes to Thompson. Now back out top, swing it all the way back over to the left side. That's where Garbett has it. Garbett wants to drive all the way to the hoop, lay it up, in and out, stays out, and the rebound tapped out of bounds. It will stay with Soda Springs at last touch by the Preston Indians. Thompson to bring it in under the basket. Tries to get it to Garbett, but was tapped away, but Soda Springs will retain control. Plyo has it. Looks down low, now comes back up top, and they throw it into the backcourt. This should be a backcourt violation, and it is. So the Cardinals turned it over. And Preston gets their first hand on the ball for the first time here this afternoon. Ward gives it off to Meek. Now back up top to Larson. Back over to Meek. Doesn't take the three. Robertson holds it up high. It's it down low to Marlowe. Marlowe kicks it over in the corner from the baseline. Meek's two-pointer, that's no good. And the rebound's off to Thompson. Thompson goes back to Garbett, back up into the front court. Plyo now swing it all the way back over to Thompson again over here on the angle left. Now back up top of the key. Watches as the offense will now roll back into their offense once again. Plyo spins top of the key, can't penetrate it. She gets cut off by Riley Ward. Go back over in the left corner, back to Garbett. Garbett being guarded very closely by Sid Marlowe. Chases her all the way back out to the timeline. And that's a 5-second count. Good defense by Sydney Marlowe. Draws the 5-second call. And another turnover against Soda. That's 2 turnovers in the first minute and a half of the game. So the Preston Indians get the ball back again as it's Haley Meek back up into the front court. Ward holds it up over her head, left on the right side. Now back out top to Meek. Tried to force the pass down low to Robertson. That's a bad pass. That's a turnover against the Indians. And here comes the Cardinals again back the other way. As they're going to be tied up and held, as this will go back to Preston on the alternating possession rule. Minute and 45 seconds into the game. Neither team has scored as of yet, so it's still a scoreless tie so far here in the first quarter. Dan Hubbard with you here at Preston Gym here this afternoon. John Beverly, our studio engineer, as Preston will turn the ball over again. A bad pass by Haley Meek goes off the hands of the Indians and out of bounds, and that's going to get Addie Moser off the bench and come in as Meek will head to the bench here early on. Here's the Preston press that's been so effective, and effective again last night as well, as they dribble the ball on the sidelines, does Plyo, and they'll turn the ball over again. That's 5 turnovers combined between the two teams, and not quite 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Moser, Larson has it. They'll swing it all the way back around, down low to Robertson in the left corner. Back out top to Ward again. Riley comes back over to Addie Moser again. She tries to drive the baseline. She gets cut off. Swing it all the way back up to the top of the key. Back to Ward. Back to Moser again on the right side. Get it down to Larson on the right block. She goes up and she's fouled. So the foul is going to go against Tyler Thompson. That'll be her first. That's the first against either team so far here this afternoon. And it's going to send Kylie Ward to the free throw line. Ward last night shot 6 free throws. She was 2 out of 6 in the game. Ended with a total of 16 points last night against Snake River, as the first one is good. For Preston as a team last night, they shot a total of 14 free throws, and they made 7 of them. They were 50% in the game last night, as Larson misses the second. So 1-0 Preston here, 2.5 minutes into the game. Sampson holds it, gets it back over to Thompson on the left side. Now back up top, back to Thompson again. Tried to get it back over to Plyo, and again, they drop it out of bounds. 4 turnovers here against Soda Springs. They're having a tough time getting going here in the first quarter. That's going to get Alexia Mollenauer off the bench and back onto the floor, as it is Nellie Plyo who goes back to the bench. So here's Preston with the ball up in the front court. Robertson has it, top of the key, comes back to Larson. Swing it back over to Moser. And Moser tries the entry pass to Larson, the triple team Larson. They take the ball away. And here comes back to Jeanette Garbett again, back up into the front court. Most of their offense runs through Garbett as Moser a little bump in the corner, then a reach and a foul. So Addie, we whistled for the foul. First personal against the Indians here in the first quarter. Last night, Preston committed only 10 fouls in the entire game last night against Soda. Pretty good body check there by Riley Ward that's not called as a foul. As holding it there is Mullenhour, still holding, and it's another 5-second violation. So the second 5-second call against Soda Springs in the first quarter, and it remains 1-0 Indians. Not only did Preston only commit 10 total fouls last night, they only turned the ball over 4 times the entire game. They have two turnovers so far here in the first 3.5 minutes of the first quarter tonight. Marlowe goes to Robertson, tapped out of bounds as Jenna Gaines got a hand on it to tap it out of bounds. And now Caitlin Mullenhour, the senior of the two Mullenhour sisters, comes onto the floor as she will replace Jeanette Garbett as the big freshman is going to go to the bench. So they get the ball in. Ends up in the hands of Riley Ward. Back to Moser. Moser tries to get it to Marlowe. Good defense being played there as popping out to deny the pass was Gaines and actually tapped it out of bounds. So ball remains with the Indians, sideline, front court as it comes into Moser. Addie gives it off to Riley Ward. Free throw line extended right. Back out top to Moser. Now puts the ball on the floor. She'll give it back to Ward. Ward looks down the left side, nothing there, so she'll come back across the top of the key. Comes back to Moser, free throw line extended right. Addie wants to drive, she'll go back out to Ward. Riley does not take the three. Give it off back to Moser again. Moser again comes back to Ward in the right corner. She gets cut off. Good defense put on here by the Cardinals as they're really packing in the zone as Preston tries to look for something to penetrate as Larson's little bank shot is no good. The Cardinals have the rebound. Here comes Alexa Mullenhour back up into the front court. Gives it off to her sister Caitlin. Now back to Alexa Mullenhour. Drop back, trying to back in against Riley Ward. The pass up top is taken away. Another turnover as Marlowe steals that ball. Sydney all the way, lay it up and in. Good play by Sid Marlowe. Intercepted the pass, then took it down the floor and got the layup, and it's 3-0 Preston here in the first quarter as that ball is taken away, and then Sydney controlled the ball but stepped on the baseline. Can't fault her for that. As in her haste, tried to get her feet underneath her so she can get the ball to Addie Moser and start it back again the other way. She ended up stepping on the baseline. Tyler Thompson leaves here for Soda Springs. As back onto the floor, here's Nellie Plyo. Mullenhour down low. Shot put up there by Thompson's no good. Comes back outside to Plyo again. Plyo dribbling against Moser. Almost lost it, able to control it. Now gets it back up top to Caitlin Mullenhour. Mullenhour holds. Now tries to dribble against Ward. Slips, falls, ends up on the floor. Able to get back up without violation. In the corner it goes to Gaines. Tried to force it back down low to Plyo. Robertson gets a hand on it and takes it away. Preston coming back down the floor. And a good hustle play by Gaines to steal the ball. Save it back on the floor as they get it back to Mullenhour. Up into the front court it comes to Plyo. Drives baseline. Goes around Larson. Layup no good. Tapped around a couple of times. Larson has the rebound. She'll get it up into the front court as it comes to Ward. Riley trying to hang on to it, get control of it first, and now gives it back to Addie Moser. 2:15 left here in the first quarter. Just 3 points scored in the entire quarter, and they all belong to the Indians. They lead 3-0. Ward, free throw line extended left. Skip pass comes over to Marlowe. Sid has it. She goes back to Moser. Moser couldn't do much with it, so Ryan Harris says, you know what, I've seen enough. I need a timeout to get my team together and get some offense going. So timeout called by Preston with 2:03 to play in the quarter. We'll be right back.
KACH.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for Chem Dry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business?
KACH.
If you think buying a car is hard, stressful, and it takes a long time, you haven't shopped at West Motor in Preston and Logan. We've got a large selection of quality new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles to choose from. Because we offer great pricing and the buying process is simple, we also have a large inventory of used vehicles to choose from. Buy your next vehicle from a dealership that has provided customers a stress-free, quick, and reliable buying process for decades. West Motor in Preston and Logan. Stop in today or visit us online at westmotorcompany.com.
West Motor Company.
KACH.
So it stays 3-0 Preston. 2:03 left to play here in the first quarter, as the Indians have the ball underneath their own basket in the front court. Comes into Robertson. Robertson, one bounce dribble. She'll go back to Mosier, top of the key. Come back over to Ward. Ward has it, holds, as again, that 2-3 zone defense for Soda Springs is very good. Preston finally tries to shoot over the top of it. Shot by Robertson's no good. It hits off the rim and goes out of bounds. And the ball will come back over to the Cardinals again with 1:48 to play in the quarter. As Meek's going to come back in, and it'll be Riley Ward who's going to go to the bench this time. So Mosier will go up and she'll guard the inbound pass here on the point of this Preston Indians zone defense, zone press. Cardinals get it in. They're in trouble in the backcourt. They got to get it in. Finally, they get it up into the front court as it comes to Plyo. Wants to drive. Robertson hustles back down the floor, knocks that pass down. As it comes back over to Caitlin Mullenauer, she holds left side, free throw line extended. Tries to go to the dribble. Marlowe is right there just chasing her as she's right in her pocket the whole time as she comes across the top of the key. Still in trouble. And Haley Meek comes over and changes. On the switch, draws the foul as well. So it'll be a blocking foul against Meek, her first, team second. And with 1:20 left in the quarter, again, the ball comes back, stays with Soda Springs, I should say, as they get it back into Caitlin Mullenauer. Wants to drive, go down to the right side, tries to flip it up, and ended up missing everything. And the referee's going to say the ball was touched by the Indians. That's why it was such a bad result on the shot, and it goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Soda underneath the basket. Comes into the corner. Mullenauer for three. Needs a bounce. Soft bounce off the rim. Will not go down. Larson has the rebound with 1:07 to play in the quarter. Still 3-0 Preston here in the first. Neither team has done a whole lot offensively here in the first 8 minutes. Robertson in the left quarter. Gets it back to Mosier. Wants to drive down the middle. Kick it back over to Marlowe from 15 is an air ball. Too long. And Plyo has the rebound. Under a minute to play. Mosier intercepts it and tries to save it to herself, but she stepped out of bounds anyway. It wouldn't have mattered. So 46 seconds left in the quarter. Tyler Thompson back on the floor here for Soda. Comes to Plyo. She comes back across the timeline, works against Mosier. She'll give it off as it comes to Alexa Mullenauer. Back to Plyo. Drives. Gets double teamed and taken away as Mosier steals the ball. 30 seconds to play in the quarter. It comes to Meek. Haley wants to drive, gets cut off as she wants to go baseline. She'll pull the ball back out. 23 seconds now in the quarter. Mosier back over to Meek. Launches a three. It looks good. It's an air ball. Comes down to Robertson. Stumbles before she can go back up. Now off the glass. That's no good. Tapped again. Thompson has the rebound this time for the Cardinals. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Back to Plyo, trying to get up in the front court in a hurry. Comes to Mullenauer, down low to Thompson, and she travels with 2 seconds left. So 7 turnovers here in the first quarter against Soda. And Preston has 2 seconds to try to get a shot off. They get it to Robertson. She'll let it fly from midcourt, and it's going to be a little bit short. And Preston will lead 3-0 is all after the first quarter here tonight. So we'll go to the second. Preston on top. We'll be right back.
KACH.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
The second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, 1005 South 8th East.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb.
Listen to Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, we'll start the second quarter. They lob it inside. Just Garbutt back into the game. She's all alone and gets the easy layup. Cuts the lead down to a single point as it took 8 minutes, but Soda Springs gets on the board. It's 3-2 Indians. Mosher comes to Larson, top of the key. They'll swing it all the way back over into the left corner as Ward holds it up in the top of her head. Comes down low to Larson. She's double teamed, so she kicks it back out. Mosher has it again, top of the key. Back over on the left side as Ward has it there. She looks to penetrate, can't, so they'll swing it back over to the right side. There's Haley Meek is standing there. Keisha Knapp into the game as the wrestling match going on inside between Knapp and Thompson. But Preston continues to hold the ball. Comes to Meek. She puts it up. A little soft touch in the lane. Goes down, and Haley has her first 2 points of the game, and it's 5-2. Here's the press again, put on by the Indians, as Mollenauer gets it back up into the front court. Comes to Plyo, dribbles down the right side, gets cut off, so she'll get it back out top as it comes back to Garbutt. Garbutt will hold there. Look down the right side again, goes back to Plyo. Plyo back out top as it comes back to Brinley Jacobson just into the game for the first time. Alexa Mollenauer holds, has her pass deflected by Meek, taken by Ward. Riley all the way, tried to go back to Meek, and a whistle. And we got a foul here on Soda Springs on the drive. Foul's going to be on Jeanette Garbutt. That would be her first. And just the team's second, as Preston will have the ball underneath their own basket here in the front court, as Ward will bring it in. Robertson comes back in as Kylie Larson will leave, get a little bit of a rest. As Ward holds, bring it in deep. Comes into Abby Marlowe, back to Ward. Two-pointer from the right side, in, out. Knapp had the rebound, gets knocked out of the way. She gets the rebound anyway, comes back out top to Robertson. Wants to drive, doesn't take it. Ward, a three-pointer from the right side is good. Riley Ward hits the three. Preston now goes up to 8-2 here early on here in quarter number 2. Comes to Plyo. Up in the front court, as she gets it on the elbow. Thompson drives, left-hand layup, no good. Robertson has the rebound for the Indians, pushes up into the front court. Comes to Ward on the left side this time. She can't get the shot, so she'll bring it back out to Haley Meek, top of the key. On the right side, he comes back to Moser. Addie will hold it there. They'll go all the way back around to the left side now again as it comes to Ward again. Now back out top to Robertson. Good ball movement by the Indians, but they're not able to get a whole lot of shots because of this great zone defense put on by Soda, as that pass trying to go down in the corner was tapped by Soda, went out of bounds, so Preston will have it right in front of the Cardinals bench. Now they're going to move Moser down toward the corner instead to bring the ball in down from there. She lobs it inside. Robertson has it on the block, then lost it, and it was taken away by Thompson. And they tried to clear it, and Robertson takes the ball back away again, and then a holding foul on Thompson this time after Robertson had taken the ball away from her. Her first, team's third, and again Preston has the ball underneath the basket. Ward trigger the ball in from underneath the hoop. Comes into Knapp in the corner. Back out top, Robertson swinging it back around to the right side to Ward. She hit a three from there just a minute ago, but she doesn't take this one. Now on the left side, Mosier has it. Free throw line extended. Lob it inside. It's too high over the head of Keisha Knapp. Taken away again here by Soda. As up in the front court again, here comes Garbutt. Garbutt has her pass deflected, but it finds its target. Three-pointer from there is good as Jacobson hits the three. Ball deflected to her, and she said, as long as it came to me, I might as well just take the shot, and she hit the three. Robertson, Meek, taking a three of her own. That's no good. As not a big rebound, comes to Jacobson. She's pressured in the back court and gives it off to Thompson, who will skip the ball back across the timeline. Preston leads by 3 with 4:40 to play here in the first half. The pass comes into Jacobson. Mosier almost able to take it away, but Jacobson chases it back into the backcourt. So it comes back to Thompson again. She holds on the angle left, and a timeout called here by Soda Springs. 4.5 to play left here in quarter number 2. Preston leads 8-5. Again, we'll be right back right after this timeout.
KACA.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Back to work we go here in the second quarter. Preston leading 8-5. As Soda Springs has it, they just throw it up toward the basket. Garbutt had to go off her hands. Marlowe took it away. Here comes Ward again back the other way. Riley to Robertson, tried to get it down on the post to Knapp, knocked away from her and goes out of bounds. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you with the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North 1st West, right here in Preston. As they get the ball in deep, it comes into Meek out top of the key. Meek throws it over on the right side. That's off the hands of Robertson and out of bounds. 5 turnovers against the Indians here in the first half. Remember, they had 4 last night in total. That's it. The entire game last night against Snake River. As they get the ball, they being the Cardinals, they get it up to Plyo in the front court. Ball's deflected, but makes its target. Jacobson in the corner, down low. Layup is missed. Put back up by Thompson. That's no good. And the rebound is off to Knapp. She gives it to Ward up in the front court. It comes to Robertson. From the right elbow, doesn't shoot, gives it back to Ward. Kylie Larson will be back in for the Indians next time the ball is dead. As Ward wants someone to come to meet the ball. She'll come on the right side to Robertson. A three-pointer is too long, and the rebound is off this time as Garbutt has it again. Garbutt wants to push back across the timeline. She finally gets it up there. Meek deflects the pass. No, she didn't. She didn't touch it. It's off the hands of Jacobson and out of bounds. So another turnover against Soda Springs. That's a total of 14 turnovers here in the first half between the two teams, and between the two teams as well, a total of only 13 points scored. So more turnovers than points so far here in the first quarter and a half between the two teams. As a bad pass by Ward taken away, another turnover. That's 6 now against Preston. 3:05 to play in the first half. Garbutt fights away around a screen, goes down in the left corner. That's where Thompson is. She's looking to get rid of the ball, finally gets it off to Plyo. Plyo comes back across the top of the key. Three-pointer from the left side. No good on the shot by Jacobson. The rebound fought for inside. Bodies flying all over the place as it'll be a held ball, and it's going to go to Preston this time. So Preston gets the ball in the alternating possession rule. Good fight for the rebound inside by Sid Marlowe. She's able to force the ball finally loose and out of bounds after the referees had ruled it a tie-up. So Robertson has in the front court for the Indians. Look out. Tried to get it to Meek. The pass was behind her and out of bounds. 7 turnovers against the Indians, 9 against Soda Springs. And just trying to get the ball in bounds. Soda throws it out of bounds. That put another tick on the Soda Springs side. And that's 10 turnovers for them here in the first half. So after both teams played pretty well last night, they're just having a hard time getting things going here this afternoon. Marlowe gets it back out top to Robertson for the Indians. Back to Marlowe on the right side. Back to Robertson, 16-foot jumper. No good. Long rebound is off. Meek going for it in the corner. They looked, and referee says, first they said it was going to be Soda's ball. Now they'll give it back to Preston. So Kaylee Molenauer comes back in for Soda Springs. Preston has the ball underneath the basket. Little quick pass inside to Ward. Her shot's no good as Thompson has that rebound down low. And finally able to get Kylie Larson off her back so she can make the pass out to Garbutt. Garbutt up into the front court. 2:10 to play here in the first half. Garbutt almost lost it, got it back, gives it off to Thompson. Look inside, nothing there. So they come back over to Mullenauer. She'll drive. Little pull-up jumper, that's no good. Meek had it, and she dropped it, and then she dropped it off the foot of Gaines, and it goes out of bounds, and Preston will keep the ball with 1:57 left here in the first half. This game has gone very quick as they've gone long stretches without scoring and long stretches just keeping the clock running as well. Meek has it. Doesn't take the three, almost traveled. Then gets it down low to Larson. Kylie turns, little bank shot, that's no good. As the rebound is off, and Gaines has that for Soda. Again, up into the front court, here comes Plyo. To Mullenauer. She'll give it back to Garbutt. Garbutt again comes back across the top of the key. Gives it off to Plyo again, swing it back down in the corner to Thompson. We might just have to make this game. The first team to reach double digits will win. 8-5 with just 1 minute to play here in the first half. 1:11 to be exact. They throw it away, taken away by Robertson up into the front court. Robertson will pull up, gives it off to Meek on the left side, drives the baseline. She's triple teamed. Throw it inside to Larson, taken away by Thompson on the floor. Plyo jumps on it, then she gets it off to Mullenauer. Mullenauer back up the front court, got it stuck on her hip and then carried it. And there was another turnover, and that ball's again going to come back over to the Indians. 50 seconds to play here in the first half. Tough defense put on by Soda as they have really limited Preston's opportunities here in the first half. In fact, they only have 8 points. But the Indians still lead by 3. 8-5. Robertson has it. Off to Ward. Ward comes back to Robertson. Snap pass down low. Comes to Larson. Kick it back out to Meek. Meek's going to launch a three. In, out, stays out. Larson had the rebound. Gets punched from behind. And they'll draw a foul. As the foul is going to go against 21, Jenna Gaines. Her first. That's 4 now on the team. And Preston will keep the ball front court underneath their own basket with 27 seconds left. Comes into Meek. Right side doesn't take it. Ward, who had 1 3 from the first half from that general area, didn't pass up that shot. Robertson now back to Ward. Riley, another 3, just off. And another big fight for the rebound underneath, as this is going to go back over to Soda as they call it another held ball. So Soda gets the ball back with 15 seconds left on the clock. Full court pressure put on by the Indians. Holding, and finally they get it into Garbutt. Garbutt comes around Meek, runs up into the front court. She gets across the timeline. It comes back to Plyo. Up top, comes back to Caitlin Mullenauer, who takes a peek at the clock. 4, 3, 2, a force to beat the clock. No good. Larson has the rebound, and believe it or not, Preston will lead after the first half as they lead 8-5. As each team scored 5 points there in the second quarter, as the Indians go off to the locker room, and certainly they need to talk about what happened here in the first half. As we're done with the first half here this afternoon, we invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction halftime report is coming up after the break. As Preston leads after the first half, you're reading it right. It's 8 for Preston, 5 for Soda. We'll be right back.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home cost $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi everybody, it's Dan Hubbard for Chem Dry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business? Well, Chem Dry of Northern Utah can help. Their new Micro Pro Shield service disinfects, then adds antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. They use patented technology to create a layer of spikes on surfaces that mechanically kills microbes on contact for up to 3 months. Their hospital-grade disinfectant is EPA approved for use against SARS-CoV-2, the very cause of COVID-19. It's simply ideal for residential and commercial settings.
If you'd like more information about their new Micro Pro Shield service and you're in Cache or Box Elder County, make sure you call today. 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
The Halftime Report is sponsored by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Call 435-232-18.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-18.
KACH.
Welcome back here at halftime. This is the Ralph Construction halftime report. And not a whole lot to report. Only 13 points scored in total in the first half here this afternoon. And the most valuable player in the first half may have been the referees or the turnover bug, probably more correctly to say, as the two teams really had a hard time getting offense going and turning over the ball like crazy in the first half. In fact, Soda Springs turned the ball over a dozen times in the first 16 minutes. Preston wasn't much better. They had 7 turnovers in the first half as well here tonight. So for Preston and the Brain Trust, Ryan Harris and his coaching staff, they go back into the locker room and try to figure out something to do offensively, as they have had a difficult time getting anything started. But credit the Soda Springs defense. They packed in a very tough zone defense, and Preston not able to find A, the shots over the top, or B, good passes inside to be able to force the ball inside and create little short shots that they are able to make and produce points with that they have had so far here this year. And so Soda learned a lot in that first game that the two teams played very early in the season, and it really showed itself here so far here tonight, as Preston could only muster 8 points in total in the first half of the game. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market. True value from produce to hand tools, fresh meats to smokers, plus fresh bakery items, deli, and now fresh sushi made fresh daily every day. Stokes Market, true value, 217 South State Street here in Preston. So 8-5, our halftime score. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at what little chicken scratches there are on the stat sheet. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACH.
Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available, or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
At Preston Drug, we understand that everyone is busy and time is important. That's why we've implemented synchronization. We look at all the monthly prescriptions your family takes, and working with your doctor, we organize them so that you can pick them all up at one time each month. Synchronization with Preston Drug saves you time and money. Call Preston Drug today, and we'll get you into the synchronization system. It's free and it's simple. Preston Drug, 208-852-1563.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Preston leads 8-5. Yes, you heard me correctly. They lead 8-5 here at halftime. Tonight's game brought to you by ChemDry of Northern Utah, introducing Micro Pro Shield, disinfecting plus antimicrobial protection for your home for up to 90 days. For a safer home or business and just greater peace of mind, if you live in Cache or Box Elder County, call today, 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern Utah. Looking at the stat sheet from the first half of tonight's game, Jeanette Garbett had a total of 2 points in the first half tonight for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and Brinley Jacobson had a 3-point basket and finished with 3 points overall, and that was it. Just 5 points for Soda Springs in the first half. Preston Indians didn't fare much better. On their side of the stat sheet, Sydney Marlowe had 2. Riley Ward had made a 3-point shot. She had a total of 3 points in the first half. Kylie Larson had 1, and 2 points for Haley Meek as well, as she finished the first half with 2. Preston finished the first half with 8. Nobody in the first half had more than 1 foul against them, as very few fouls called in the first half of tonight's game as well. Once again, the real story in the first half was the turnover bug. 12 against Soda Springs, 7 against Preston. Another timeout. We'll come back second half right after this.
KACH.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
There are lots of reasons why Sanders Furniture has been in business for 88 years. One reason is the quality brand appliances and furnishings you can get when you shop at Sanders Furniture, like Amana, Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. You'll also find comfortable recliners and seating, tables, beds and mattresses, home decor, and accents. If you like to shop where you're appreciated without a bunch of pressure from the salesman, then make sure you stop by Sanders Furniture today. We appreciate every customer. 148 South Main Street, Soda.
We'll start the second half. Preston will have the ball to start the second half of tonight's game. And the third quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. Remember, if you hear a ding, a ping, or a tick in your car, go to where you'll be treated like friends. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, downtown Preston, 17 South State Street. Go by and check them out there. So Preston has the ball. Robertson get off to Meek. Here's just underway here in the half number 2. Robertson comes across the top of the key. Dribbles between their feet a couple of times. Now comes back over the left side, back to Haley Meek. Let's see what changes the Preston coaching staff have made here against this tough zone put on here by Soda Springs. As ends up in the hands now of Ward. Wants to penetrate. She'll give it off to Robertson. Again, comes back across the top of the key. As Marlowe drives and hits the running little layup. It took 35 seconds to get a shot off, but Marlowe made the layup, and it's 10-5. Good, tough defense again in the backcourt by the Indians, and Marlowe finally gets it up into the front court. As it comes to Thompson, ball taken away by Meek. Good defense. Haley has it, fakes the pass, lay it up, foul, count it, basket. Haley Meek with the layup. Foul's going to go against Jeanette Garbett. That'll be her second. She's the first player in the game to have more than 1 foul on her so far tonight. Now here's Haley Meek going to the free throw line. Meek's foul shot, no good. For the attempted three-point play, the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Soda Springs. So 12-5 Preston. Alexa Mollenauer back into the game. The sophomore is going to come in and replace Jeanette Garbett, who leaves with 2 fouls. Thompson will bring it in backcourt. Full court pressure here by the Indians. As they get it into Mollenauer, she's trapped in the corner. Gets out of the little body check there by Meek. Gets it up in the front court. Pass is deflected by Larson. They couldn't get it quite tall enough. Comes to Thompson for 3. It's an air ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the air ball put up by Thompson. And it turns the ball back over to the Indians again as Riley Ward gets it back up into the front court. It has definitely been a tough day for both teams so far here tonight. Robertson, free throw line extended right. Back out top to Meek. Haley dribbles between her feet a couple of times again, gives it back to Marlowe, top of the key. Sydney looking for somebody to come meet the ball, and it's Riley Ward who takes it from her. Now goes down the left side of the key. Gives it back to Robertson. From the right elbow, tries to get it down low to Larson. They come across from the blind side and knock the ball away. As it comes to Plyo back in the front court. Another turnover against the Indians. That's 13 against them. And a bad pass, but somehow Thompson's able to come down with it in the left corner in the front court here for Soda. They get it back out to Mollenauer. Now back to Plyo. Back down low, turnaround jumper, needs a bounce, won't get it on the shot by Thompson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Are they going to call a foul? Oh, they're going to call a foul, as that's going to be a foul called against Jenna Gaines. That's going to be 2 on her now. And both fouls here in the second half called against the Soda Springs Cardinals. Robertson, free throw line extended left here for the Indians, up into the front court. To Ward, swing it back over to Meek. 3-pointer from the left corner, no good. Larson fighting for the rebound down low, has it knocked away, and it's going to stay with the Indians. As Kylie got up on her tippy toes, but Thompson was just tall enough to be able to still wrench that ball away from Kylie and then knock the ball out of bounds. Ward has the ball. She'll bring it in from under the basket. As Larson pops out to get it, comes to Robertson, now back to Meek. Holds it over her head, and the pass is intercepted. As they try to get it to Ward in the corner, and the Cardinals picked it off. Mollenauer comes back up to the front court. Gives it off to Thompson, now back to Mollenauer again. Look inside, nothing there. Then back to Thompson, free throw line extended right. Comes back now to Thompson, turns from the right block. Not sure that slipped out of her hands. It was partially blocked. Either way, it came up about 3 feet short, and the Preston Indians take the ball away, and they get it to Meek back up in the front court. Haley, top of the key, wants to drive down the middle, splits the defense, and draws the foul. That's the 3rd team foul here against Soda in the second half. As the foul is on Gaines, that's 3 on her. She's the first player in the game with more than 2 fouls tonight. As Thompson and Plyo both leave here for Soda. And again, Preston has the ball underneath their own basket. Comes into Robertson. Little bank shot, no good. Meek down low, fights for the rebound, rips it away from one player, keeps it in the corner, and dribbles her way out of trouble. Swing it back over to Ward. Riley drives, now comes back over. Marlowe from the left side, shot no good, as Robertson almost had the rebound, but is taken by the Cardinals instead as they get it back to Thompson. Full court pressure again put on by the Indians as Thompson is cut off, and a foul here on Robertson in the backcourt. Kayla Robertson whistled for her first foul, first team foul against the Indians here in the second half. As again, the Cardinals get in the backcourt and lose it as Meek able to control it, dribbles it across the key, and she'll draw the foul again, as that'll be a pushing foul. Thompson whistled for that foul. That's 4 on Soda as a team here in the second half, as Larson this time will bring the ball in for the Indians. As they get it into Robertson in the corner. Back to Larson on the block, high off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes back up again, no good. Marlowe fights for the rebound underneath, and that'll be a held ball once again, and it's going to go back over to Soda. Tonight's game brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley with Ford, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Dodge trucks. They're all available right here in the city of Preston. 4:25 to play here in the third quarter, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Full court pressure again put on by the Indians. They get up in the front court as this is J.C. Leisering up into the front court, and Leisering will dribble into a double team, and again, ball's held, and then the Preston Indians, again, will get credit for the basketball as they'll get it back on the alternating possession rule once again. Ball lobbed inside, down on the left block, right block rather, comes into Larson. She hits the little bank shot. Kylie's got 3, and Preston's lead is up to 9 at 14-5. Makes it up in the front court. Here comes Leisering. Down on the right block, stops. Now he has to get rid of the basketball. Ends up in the hands of Jacobson. Three-pointer from the left corner is no good. Back to Thompson. From the elbow is no good. Taken by Meek. Quickly get it ahead to Robertson all the way. Put it up, and she's fouled going up. So Robertson's going to go to the free throw line. This foul is going to go against Tyler Thompson. Now she has 3 as well, and that's 5 fouls on the Cardinals here in the second half of tonight's game. So Robertson will go to the free throw line. Michaela, her first trip to the line so far here tonight, and the first one's no good. She'll try the second with 3:36 left here in quarter number 3. Takes a couple of dribbles for rhythm, and she makes that one. Believe it or not, that's her first point of the game, as the ball's knocked away by Meek, and will stay with Soda in the backcourt. Preston with a 10-point lead. It's 15-5. Nellie Plyo back into the game. J.C. Reisering will go back to the bench. Here's Thompson. She'll trigger the ball in. Full court pressure again by the Indians. They get into Caitlin Mollenauer as Thompson has it again. Looking for someplace to go. Now they get it up in the front court. Bad pass. Mollenauer has to run and get it. It's last touch by Mollenauer and goes out of bounds. Yes, indeed. So they didn't take wasn't a 10-second call, but it ends up as a turnover instead. That's 13 turnovers against Soda Springs here this afternoon. 3:15 to play. Preston up by 10, 15-5. Comes to Robertson. Inside to kick it back out. Little inside-out game. Ryan Robertson hits the 3. Michaela drills a 3, makes it 18-5. Nice little inside-out play between Robertson and Larson. Up into the front court. Here comes Mollenauer. Comes across the paint. She'll give it off. Gains from the right side. No good. Michaela Robertson has the rebound for Preston. Wanted to go off on the run, but then the defense cut her off, so she slows it down. Gets across the timeline. Back up into the front court. Ward down low to Larson. Look out. She took a shot in the mush from Gaines coming across the key. And that's going to be 4 now on Jenna Gaines, as Jeanette Garbett will come in to replace Mollenauer. They're going to leave Gaines out there, at least for the moment. No, hold on. Here comes Zapaya Thompson. She checks back in. Back down low to Larson. Off the glass and gets the roll. Kylie Larson with 5. Preston builds the lead at 20-5 as ball was knocked away, but it's going to stay with Soda Springs as Garbett, her pass went off the hands of Meek and went out of bounds. Now they get Thompson back into the game, and Gaines with her 4 fouls goes back to the bench. By the way, Cardinals are now out of fouls here for the second half, as they have 6 team fouls with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Pass is intercepted by Robertson. She gives it to Ward. Lord off the glass, up and in. Timeout, Soda. As Preston with a big run here in the third quarter, now lead at 22-5. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
KACH.
So Preston leads at 22-5. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area here in Preston. For information on how you can have a new home built for your needs or desires, call 435-232-1837. That's 435-232-1837 for Ralph's Construction. Ball belongs to Soda Springs in the backcourt. Full court pressure again here put on by the Indians. Comes to Plyo. Look out. Swing pass across the floor. It's knocked down by Marlowe. Saved on the floor by Marlowe. But it comes back out to the Cardinals. And then Sid, a little bit too aggressive on the defense, called for the foul. That's her first, team second here in the second half. And Caitlin Moldenauer will come back in, as it will be Brimley Jacobson, the senior, who will go back to the bench. 2:05 to play here in the third, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Thompson holds in the backcourt. Got to give it to somebody. They come up and they finally get it to Thompson as they give it back to Plyo and they get across the timeline. Jeanette Garbett wants to drive, gets cut off. Now has to do something with the ball. Comes back to Thompson, swing in the corner to Moldenauer. Three from there is just short, and Ward has the rebound there for the Indians. She'll push up into the front court. Here comes to Robertson. Doesn't take the shot, doesn't make the pass. Now gets it out to Meek, swing it all the way back around. Outside, Ward looks at another three. Good again. Riley Ward with her second three of the game has 8 points, and Preston's lead is 20. 25-5. Down low, Garbett, spin move. Nice move, lays it in. Jeanette Garbett made a little spin move inside to get away from Sydney Marlowe, and then got the easy layup. 1:05 to play. Three-pointer by Robertson. That's no good. Ward up high, and she gets slammed on the rebound, as that'll be on Plyo, and the ball stays with the Indians. That should be 1-1 for Riley Ward. As it got that foul's on the rebound, guys. That's got to be 1-1. Yeah, finally Riley's going to walk to the free throw line. She walked and she was standing and waiting like she was going to bring the ball in from out of bounds. So Riley will go to the free throw line here for 1-1, and misses the first as it bounces around and falls out. As and double dribble call here against Soda. And the ball again comes back over to Preston again. I have 15 turnovers on my sheet against Soda, as Ward does a great job to get her feet up in the air quickly before that ball came back to her. As Preston able to keep the ball again underneath her own basket. She threw the ball into Larson, and the ball got deflected back to her, and all of a sudden she's still standing out of bounds and about ready to grab the basketball. Ward again, three-pointer from the left corner, good again. Riley Ward with 11 points has 3 threes in the game, and it's 28-7. Preston leads by 21. Thompson up into the front court, loses her balance, goes down, but there's Moldenauer to come help her out. Back out to Plyo, launches a three from the top of the keys, no good. Larson has the rebound there for Preston. Back to Ward, hustles the ball back up in the front court. Let the hot hand shoot. Nope, she didn't take it. Here's Addie Mosier back into the game. Tries to get it to Larson. That ball's knocked away from behind. That'll be another turnover against the Indians. That's 10 on them as the ball back up into the front court. Remember, last night, Preston only had 4 the entire game. Good ball movement here by the Cardinals on the right side. A two-pointer there put up by Thompson as she has her first 2 points of the game. And it's 28-9 as the clock running down here as Marlowe gets the shot off, needs a bounce, won't get it at the end of quarter number 3. We're done with 3. Preston leads 28-9. We'll go to the fourth right after this.
KACA.
At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
There's a special bond between people and their pets. One that's built during playtime, chore time, cuddle time, and of course, lots of meal times. That's why IFA Country Stores carries all the best food for all kinds of pets, whether they're a part of your lifestyle, a part of your livelihood, or a part of your family. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, the Indians outscored the Cardinal there in the third quarter, 20-4. In the quarter, they lead 28-9 as we go here to the fourth. As little Riley Ward leading the Indians in scoring so far today with 3 threes, has a total of 11 points in the game. Ball belongs to the Indians to start the fourth. Mosher, top of the key, swings it back over to Ward. Riley holds it out in the three-point land, doesn't take it. Here comes Marlowe out to get it, swing it all the way back down to a Mosher. As Meek tries to cut down low, the ball was tapped away from her. She tries to save it on the floor. It's still loose. And finally picked up in the front court. Thompson has it there for the Cardinal. Mullenauer, top of the key. She'll give it to her younger sister. Now swing it back over here as Plyo drives as Acacia Knapp onto the floor. And Knapp will draw the foul as they try to go down low. And that'll be the first foul on Knapp. Just 3 on the team for the Indians here in the second half. So Plyo will go to the free throw line. First one is good. I'm just checking my sheet. That appears to be the first free throw shot tonight by Soda Springs, and it comes 30 seconds in to quarter number 4. Plyo's second is good again. So Plyo makes them both. Just her first 2 points of the game. And Indians still holding on to the lead, 28-11. As it took 3 quarters and about 30 seconds for Soda Springs to reach double digits here tonight. Meek, Ward has it in the left corner. Looking inside, Marlowe comes to set the screen. She runs away from the screen. Now they get it back out top to Mosher. Back to Ward. Riley again doesn't take the 3. Back to Meek now on the right side. Haley drives the baseline. Down low to Knapp. Goes out, slips out of her hand. As the ball taken out of midair as it's controlled there by Thompson. Finally get it up in the front court. Plyo has it, snaps it down low to Mullenauer. Back to Thompson, a 3 from the top of the key. Good. Taylor Thompson hits a 3, gives her 5 in the game. And all of a sudden the lead now starts to dwindle a little bit. It's down to 28-14, just a 14-point advantage here for the Indians. Ward has it in the right corner. She'll dribble it back out toward the top of the key. Marlowe pops out to get it to Mosher, to Meek, now all the way over on the left side. She comes around the screen set by Marlowe. Meek still with it. Top of the key. Pulls up, doesn't take the shot, steps inside the arc. Now bounce pass comes to Ward. Another 3 from Riley. Good again! Her 4th 3 of the game. She has 14. 31-14, Preston leads. Mullenauer drives, she doesn't get cut off. Gives it to Plyo. She looks at a 3, and that's good. And a timeout called by Soda Springs. So Plyo nails the 3-pointer, her first of the game. She has 5. Timeout on the floor, 31-17. Timeout called by Soda. And once again, we'll be right back.
KACH.
In the good old days, you did business with people who treated you well, had a firm handshake, and looked you in the eye. At West Motor here in Preston and Logan, that's the way we did it. Since then, we've grown and added technology, but we didn't leave the good stuff out. We still offer a free car wash when you're in for service. We offer quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles. We look you in the eye when we give you our no-charge lifetime powertrain warranty, and we finish every deal with a firm handshake. The good old days were good, and these days are good too. We know we've been here all along. Visit West Motor today.
West Motor Company.
KACH.
Preston has the ball out of the timeout. They'll have it all the way back in the backcourt. And you can look at Addie Mosher running down to bring the ball in as Preston leads 31-17. 3rd game in 3 days for the Indians. That's a tall order for anybody, especially just really trying to get their legs under them. As Meek drives all the way, put it up. Oh, it won't go down for her, but she's fouled. It spun down and then eventually came back out. The foul was on Jeanette Garbett. That's her 3rd. 18 fouls now against Soda Springs here in the second half. And Haley Meek will go to the free throw line. First one for Haley is good. Gives her a total of 5 in the game. She had a pretty good night last night. She had 8 points in the game against Snake River, including 2 out of 3 from the line. She did not make a three-pointer in the game last night. She was 0 for 4 from behind the arc, as her second free throw here this afternoon is good. So Meek makes them both. And Haley now with a total of 6 points in the contest. And it's 33-17, Preston leads. 5:05 left to play as Haley knocks that ball out of Caitlin Mullenhour's hands and it goes out of bounds. So it'll stay with Soda over on the far sideline in the front court. Goes back into Mullenhour, and this time Meek's going to draw the foul. That's 2 on Haley, 4 on the team here in the second half. As Thompson again will bring the ball in. As Mullenhour able to receive it, dribbles it up into the front court. She'll give it back to Plyo. Plyo will bring it back to the top of the key. 33-17, Preston leads. We go under 5 minutes to play. Down low, and going to be a foul on Larson as they got it to Gaines just back into the game with her 4 fouls. And foul from behind on the drive as Kylie Larson draws her first foul. That's 5 now on the team against the Indians here in the second half, as it will be Gaines to go to the free throw line. Gaines makes the first free throw. She did not have any points last night against North Summit, nor did she have any points in that first game of the year against Preston back at the beginning of the season as well. And this free throw comes up a hair short, hangs on the rim, and falls off. And the Indians able to get back to the front court, but then they lose it. Here comes Mullenhour back the other way. Her layup is no good. Larson grabs the rebound, and then a foul in the backcourt by Mullenhour. That's a holding foul on Mullenhour in the backcourt on the rebound. And we're going to walk all the way back down here to the other end. And now it'll be Kylie Larson going to the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws. Tonight's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto insurance through Mutual of Enumclaw. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State Street in Preston. Call 852-0810. 852-0810. Larson's first free throw is good. Gives her a total of 6 in the game. And she makes them both and now has 7. 35-18. Preston leads with 4.5 to play here in the fourth. Thompson, free throw line extended right as Larson comes out to guard her there. He dribbles it down toward the corner, lost it, and then Garbett comes over to pick it up, and then Garbett steps out of bounds. 16 turnovers now this afternoon here against Soda. Although they've played better with the basketball here in the second half, 16 turnovers is still a lot. As they try to get it down low, good defense by Garbett. She denies the entry pass to Larson and knocks it away. Again, Ward will bring it in from underneath their own basket. She gets it into Larson. Back to, Mosier in the corner. And a foul. Foul on Thompson. That's her fourth. And free throws again for the Indians. As Addie Moser will go to the free throw line. Now in the double bonus, she will shoot 2. And this becomes the big question of the night. Can Addie make her first free throw of the year? Rolls around and falls off. Addie, with that miss, is now 0 for 9 on the season. She gets one more. This one does go in. As Addie makes a free throw, has her first point tonight. And it's 36-18. Preston with an 18-point lead, 4:05 to play. Gaines to Mullenhour. Now Mullenhour dribbles out, back out toward the top of the key. Wants to drive down the right side. Gets cut off by Robertson. She gets in the corner. Garbett drives out of the corner, flips it inside. Thompson takes it out of midair and now dribbles it back out of pressure again, back out to the top of the key. Thompson swings all the way around, comes underneath, now finds herself behind the backboard, can't do anything with it, so she throws it out. Garbett had it, and it was knocked away by Moser and out of bounds. Clock down to 3:40 now remaining in the fourth. Preston's lead remains 18 in the game, 36-18. As they get it into Thompson. Nice play by Larson to deny the pass and knock that away and goes out of bounds. So Thompson will bring the ball in this time. As they're able to get it to Garbutt, and she loses it back into the backcourt. She's able to chase it down and go get it. And then a little body foul by Robertson in the backcourt. That's just her second, but that's now 6 on the team for the Indians, and they're out of fouls. Tonight's game brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, offering many options for all of your insurance coverage needs. 85 South State Street in Preston. Come in and get your competitive quote today or call 852-2500. 852-2500 for Rounds & Associates Insurance. Garbutt with the ball, top of the key. Looks down the right side, and ball's going to be off Larson and out of bounds. Larson popped out to cut her off from going down the sideline as the pass was deflected off of Larson and goes out of bounds. Thompson brings it in right in front of her own bench, gets it into Garbutt, and that'll be a reach-in foul against Thompson, and will be 1-1 here for Garbutt. Hope they call it on Meek instead. Either way, it's a foul against the Indians. That's 3 on Haley and 1-1 here for Jeanette Garbutt, as she misses the front end of the 1-1. So it remains 36-18, down to 3:10 to play. Comes to Robertson from the right side, tries to look down low to Knapp, but she's fouled on the pass. Foul will be on number 13, Nellie Plyo. That's just her first, but it's still in the double bonus already, so Robertson will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 here for the Indians. Remember, Preston finally goes on the road next week. They'll be down at the Beat Digger tournament down in the Jordan area, as the first shot by Robertson is good. They have their schedule already. They know who they'll be playing. Their first game in that tournament coming up next Thursday down in Jordan, as the shot's no good. Larson has the rebound. She goes back up. Ball was partially deflected and taken away there by Soda as it comes to Plyo. Plyo forces it up into the front court. It's Garbutt, forces it down low, back outside. Three-pointer by Mollenhauer is no good. Knapp has the rebound and then partially tied up. Nope, it'll be a foul inside. Foul called on Gaines, and that's going to be 5 on her. So Gaines will leave, and just to finish the thought, that first game for the Lady Indians next week down at the Beat Digger tournament, they will draw American Fork next Thursday. Then Friday evening they'll play the host team Jordan, and then on Saturday afternoon they'll take on Pleasant Grove. So Keisha Knapp now at the free throw line here for the Indians. Keisha, who on this season 0 for 2 from the free throw line. She's here making her first free throw attempt here of the night. In fact, she's scoreless so far in the game today with just limited playing time. And her first free throw is no good. 37-18, Preston leads. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in regulation. Knapp's next free throw rattles around again, no good. Larson had the rebound, knocked away, and it's going to stay with the Indians underneath. So Preston has the ball on the baseline. Addie Moser will bring it in. Addie takes one big giant step to her right, to where the official wants her to bring in the ball rather. And she gets it into Larson out near the top of the key. She'll hand it to Robertson, swing it over to Meek, free throw line extended right. Now back to Robertson. Robertson now will go back to Meek again, as Haley again will back the ball back out. Back to Robertson. All of a sudden Preston become very, very deliberate with their offense now, just letting the clock run as they've controlled the game, at least offensively here since the first quarter tonight. Comes back to Mosher. Addie takes a 3. That's no good. The long rebound is taken by Plyo, and the foul in the backcourt is going to go against Haley Meek, and that'll be her 4th. That's 8 now on the Indians, and Plyo's going to go back to the free throw line, and she'll try 1-1 now. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, providing you the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North First West, right here in Preston. Plyo's high-arching free throw is no good, as Knapp has the rebound.
as Acacia able to sweep through there and grab the rebound. Mosier has it in the backcourt, brings it back across the timeline with exactly 2 minutes to play in the game. Back to Mosier, back to Robertson. Larson has it in the right corner, doesn't take the shot, it comes back out to Meek. She'll drive down the left side of the key. She'll turn as she gets to the corner now, so bring it back out. Skip pass across the court, comes back over to Mosier. Now back top of the key to Robertson. Try to lob it inside. It's over the head of Knapp and out of bounds. That's turnover number 12 against the Indians. They're going to say that was deflected. That will be a complete bailout for Preston, as Riley Ward comes back into the game for the Indians. Also into the game here for the first time is Carly Lords this afternoon, as Lords has the ball. Comes back to Ward, back to Mosier. Addie drives. Lords has it in the right corner. Now, she's not shy. She'll cast up a three. It's just a hair short. Mosier had the rebound, but it's taken away by Soda, as it's Caitlin Molauer to come out with it with 1:25 to play. Quickly get it up in the front court. Tries to the skip pass back across, and it's off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. They're going to say ball was touched by the Indians, so it'll stay with the Cardinals. Baseline front court with 1:20 left on the clock. Jacobson gets it in. Plyo, big door, just opens wide open, and she gets a free walk to the basket and the easy layup, and it's 37-20. 1:08 left to play here in the game. Ward back to Lords. Again, looks at a three, no good. As, again, Jacobson has the rebound in the backcourt. Now she's in trouble. Has to give it up as Thompson comes to get it. Under a minute now to play in the game. In the front court, it comes to Mollenauer. The entry pass comes into Thompson, knocked away from her. Ends up back outside to Plyo again. Plyo ran into Mosier, then goes down. The ball's loose and is going to stay with Preston, I believe. Nope, to take it back, it's going to stay with Soda, so they're going to say that the Lords touched it as the ball was rolling loose over there on the far side. 42 seconds left. Preston leads by 17, 37-20. They're going to look at this score and say, well, it's just a tough defensive game. They don't realize exactly what went into this contest, as the reach-in foul here called against Mosier, her second. And although the turnovers certainly cut down from what they were in the first half, still 16 turnovers against Soda and 11, at least on my unofficial stat sheet here at courtside, so far in the game, as Caitlin Mollenauer will go to the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. Her first point tonight. That makes it 37-21. Mollenauer tries another one. She makes them both. So Caitlin Mollenauer makes both free throws. Preston leads by 15 with 30 seconds left, 37-22. Ward back out top to Mosier, now back to Ward. Dribbles it back across the top of the key. Back to Mosier. Comes over to Lords. Doesn't take it this time. Instead, she'll give it back out top to Riley Ward with 10 seconds left in the game. Back to Mosier, as Preston just happy to let the clock run out as it comes back to Ward. Look inside. Larson. Nope, she'll spin in the paint. Put it up no good at the buzzer. And that's the way the game ends. So the final score, as Preston goes to 7-2 now on the year with the win here, as they get ready to head on the road for the first time coming up next week. Final score 37-22. Preston wins. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. The post-game show is next.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, we have all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding community since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NC.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
And welcome back here to the post-game show. Tonight as Preston claims the third place spot in the tournament as they knock off Soda Springs. Final score here 37-22. Wasn't a pretty game, but certainly the second half was much better than the first, even though Preston was outscored in the fourth quarter tonight by a 13-9 margin. That certainly made the score a little bit more respectable as far as Soda Springs was concerned. But Soda goes to 0-2 on the year against Preston as Preston wins here this evening, 37-22. One more game coming up here from the tournament as the championship game will pit North Summit against Snake River. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Take a time out. We'll look at the score sheet from tonight's game as we continue right after this.
KACH.
The year is 1945. America is at war with Japan. The average home costs $5,000. And a day's worth of hard labor will earn you $9. 1945 is the year West Motor Company said, hey, let's sell cars in Cache Valley and give people a better car buying experience. Today, 75 years later, West Motor is still giving you a better experience. Right now, enjoy 0% financing or save more than ever on a new truck or SUV. See westmotorcompany.com for pictures, details, and discounts on every vehicle.
WestMotorCompany.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
As you get a look at the teams out on the floor getting ready for the nightcap tonight. As you look at North Summit warming up out on the floor, let's look at the stat sheet from the game that just ended between Preston and Soda Springs. For Soda Springs, Caitlin Molenauer finished the game with 2. Jeanette Garbett had a total of 4. Nellie Plyo finished the game with 7. She was the high point scorer for the Cardinals. Brimley Jacobson had 1 3-pointer in the first half. She finished the game with 3. Tyler Thompson had 5. Jenny Gaines had a total of 1 point in the game. Soda shot only 2 free throws. I take that back. They shot 7 free throws, and they made 4 out of 7 tonight in the game, and they turned the ball over unofficially on our stat sheet here at courtside, unofficially a total of 16 times in the game. For the Indians, who improved to 7-2 with the win, Sydney Marlowe had a total of 4 points. Riley Ward led all scorers in the game. She had 14, including making 4 3-point baskets. Kylie Larson finished with 7. Kylie Lords played but did not score. Addie Mosier had 1 point in the game. Michaela Robertson finished with 5, and Haley Meek had 6 in the game for the Indians. And unofficially, the Indians with 11 turnovers in the game, the bulk of those coming in the first half of tonight's game. So Preston wins it by the final score of 37-22. One more timeout. We'll tell you what's on tap for the Lady Indians when we come back right after this.
KACA. Sushi. A word that is as fun to say as the food is to eat. Try it. Say sushi. Now run down to Stokes Market and pick up some fresh-made sushi. Yes, I said Stokes Market. They now have the family fresh sushi specialists making outstanding sushi platters and party trays fresh every day. They even make up custom platters so you can get your favorite sushi dishes. Any kind of fish upon request, even vegetable sushi available with no meat. Enjoy the fresh-made platters already available or order the kind of sushi you want. Give them 2 hours and a special custom sushi platter will be waiting for you at Stokes Market in Preston. Go ahead, say it. I know you want to. Sushi, fresh for you right now.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
KACH.
Well, what's coming up next for the Preston Indians is their first road games of the year. They'll travel down to the Jordan, Utah area to play in the Beat Digger tournament, which gets started next Thursday. They'll play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday they'll take on American Fork. Saturday they'll play the host team of Jordan, and then next Saturday they will see a game against Pleasant Grove Saturday night at about 8 o'clock start time. That's what's on tap for the Lady Indians as they go on the road for the first time. This 9 straight home games to open the season. They finish with a record of 7-2. Not bad as they get ready to go out on the road. Next up for the boys team, of course, next week is the Preston Boys Tournament. The holiday tournament gets started next Thursday through Saturday here at Preston Gym. The Indians will face Sugar Salem in the opening round of that game, which is a 8 o'clock tip-off for next Thursday night. Our coverage starts with the pregame show around 7:45 next Thursday. And, of course, with a limited number of fans being allowed into the game due to COVID-19, we will have video streams of all 12 games of the varsity phase of that tournament getting started next Thursday, plus with some help from other local broadcasters for teams with Skyview, Mountain Crest, and Evanston will also play one game in that tournament next Friday. So we'll have some other visiting broadcasters with us, and we'll get to share their play-by-play in some of those games as well. That gets started next Thursday. Now, if you're waiting to see the championship game here at the girls' tournament between North Summit and Snake River, after this broadcast is over, you'll need to back out and go back onto your menu on mylocalradio.com and click on the Lady Indians tournament game number 12. That is the championship match, and that feed will start in just a couple of moments as soon as we get done here. So that'll wrap up our coverage for this game. The executive producer of KACH Radio Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Special thanks to our camera person here this afternoon helping us with the video feeds to the first 3 games. That was Brecker Knapp. Of course, all those games on the video feed on mylocalradio.com. As we sign off, we'll remind you of the final score. Preston improves to 7-2 as they beat Soda Springs 37-22. Until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard saying goodnight from here at Preston High School as the Indians pick up a win here this evening. Have a good night, everybody. Again, if you're waiting for the championship game, please log out and then go to game number 12 of the Preston Lady Indians tournament. That feed will start in just a couple of moments. From here at Preston Gym, good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.